Hi, I'm Jen Long from Sizzix, and I'm here at Scrapbook.com today to share my new collection, Me and You. This is a everyday line for the modern crafter that gives you a lot of graphic shapes and elements to layer and interact and build on top of. You see over here we have some really strong graphic shapes that give you wonderful card bases to build on top of and layer. We also have a calendar section. It goes through every month of the year and gives you every decorative element you could think of to decorate your whole year-long calendar. We also have a lot of strong graphic phrases. Sentiments are so popular right now, so it's really good to have these strong graphic phrases that almost simulate like the popular chalkboard theme that's so good right now. And lastly, we have some clothespin embellishments. These can spice up any banner for a party. It's a really fun collection, and I hope everybody enjoys it as much as I did making it. We're going to get started by making this first Hello Friend card with our all-over heart card base. So we're going to get started with our first project, making our Hello Friend card featuring this all-over hearts card front. First step that we're going to do is we're going to cut out the heart card front die on a 5x6 at least piece of paper. So you're going to make your Sizzix sandwich using the magnetic platform with the thinlits. This just works great. Put your piece of paper on top. You roll that through the cutter. That sound means it's working, don't panic. Okay, one more time just to be sure. And here, oh, here it is. And here we have our finished card front. So we're just going to take this and put some adhesive on the back. Just get a couple key areas to make sure that it sticks on there. And we're going to adhere this card front to a 6 1/4 by a 4 3/4 piece of paper. This lines up perfectly to that size, so just match up your edges, push down, and you have your base to get started with. Step number 3, so we're going to take our card base, piece of paper, it's 6 1/4 by 10 inches long. You're just going to fold that in half, match up your corners, crease your edges, and fold that in half. And then we can go ahead and adhere this to our card base. Like so. Put that down. We're ready to get started cutting out smaller heart embellishments to layer on top of here. So our next step is going to be cutting out small heart embellishments to layer on top of these bigger heart shapes. So I'm just going to lay those right down again on my magnetic platform. Choose my different paper colors. I'll finish up my Sizzix sandwich and roll it on through. Now we've cut these great embellishments out to layer on top of our card base. I'm just going to put some adhesive on them. And you can just randomly kind of place them where you think they'll look good. You can also use these adhesive sheets that Sizzix sells. For these pieces that have holes in them, you just kind of lay them down, get them a little tacky, and then you can place them on top of your design. Sometimes it's hard to get the tape runner to cover pieces with holes in it. Excess will come up if you just tap it with your finger. These are also sold in permanent and removable. So you have the option, depending on how sticky you want to get. I'm just keeping in mind where my final sentiment is going to go and placing the hearts in a way that I think will complement that. Okay, so now we're just setting up our alphabet on top of our Sizzix sandwich to cut out the phrase, Hello Friend. This alphabet's fun to work with because you can combine uppercase and lowercase letters together, which always leaves room for a unique look. Probably get a few letters in on there. And you always want the paper, the side of the paper that you want used touching the blade. So make sure and have it facing the right way. And we'll go ahead and roll it through. And we have all our great letter cutouts. So now we're going to go ahead and build our base to put our sentiment on. It's a really simple combination of just paper layered right on top of each other. Go ahead and layer this piece on. And then for the end, a piece of notebook paper right on top. And that'll be our base for our sentiment. So now that we have all of our letters cut out, I'm going to show you a real easy trick to kind of get everything centered and adjusted perfectly for your card. You put some adhesive on the back of your letters, and you can put it on this repositionable strip, and you can center it. Probably this way will look best. And then you can get an idea of how you want your letters spaced and where you want it placed on your card, so everything goes down perfectly. So hello, and place friend. So that's a great way to center a bunch of letters when you have them cut out separately. So our next step to help embellish the front of the card, I threaded this ribbon through a little button, like so, and tied a bow. Then you're going to take a longer, thicker ribbon and just open up your card and wrap it around the whole base. Bring it around and tie a bow. And then using a little glue dot, we're going to stick this on the back of our button and adhere it right to the middle of our bow, like so. And then we'll just trim our ribbon edges to be even. And our yarn. And then our last step is taking our greeting. I put some thicker kind of pop dots on the back. Really, I just cut and use the entire pop surface. I don't even use the dot. This gives you a nice way to have some 3D elements so your greeting pops up a little bit. Place that right like so. Everything straightened out, and you have your finished card.